Thanks for staying with us. I'm Elizabeth Omori. A skilled-based revolution is unfolding in Nigeria with over 250,000 young Nigerians currently undergoing training across 2,600 technical and vocational education and training centers nationwide. The Minister of Education on a fact-finding mission went round to assess how the initiative is faring. Zenret Dimun reports.
The initiative, part of the federal government's TVET program, aims to empower youth and drive economic growth through practical, hands-on learning, reflecting the administration's belief that certificates alone are not enough. The program blends 20% theory with 80% practical experience to produce industry-ready graduates.
With the training, I was able to know more about pottering, and I can able to start something for myself.
I want to go deeper inside this training so that I will learn more and I could be able to impart on others.
I have learned a lot about this pottery, that is one of the greatest form of business in agriculture.
We want them to be employer of labor, and the way we've designed it, we're not just going to train them alone, skill them up alone. We're giving them starter pack, and at the end of this all, we're also going to give them grant to help them.
Amid the successes recorded in the training program, the Ministry of Education also met with the Nigerian Education Group, calling for a united approach to tackle the long-standing challenges in the sector. He acknowledged the valuable support of international development partners, but stresses that lasting solutions must come from within, rooted in local realities and designed to sustainably address Nigeria's unique educational needs.
Between what we're pulling from BESDA, AF, GP system strengthening grant, system capacity grant, and also UBER budget. And I was also told that HOPE has funding for measurement of learning assessment.
Dr. Lausa again reaffirms the present administration's commitment to a robust education system in Nigeria. In Abuja, Zenret Dimun, NTA News.
And Panorama will continue in our Enugu Network Center with Comfort. Comfort?
Thanks, Elizabeth. Moving on, as at January 2025, approximately 14.3 million Nigerians, which is about 14.4% of the population aged 15 to 64, are involved in drug abuse, significantly exceeding the global average of 5.5%. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency reports that over 10 million individuals use cannabis, which remains the most commonly abused substance in Nigeria. Unfortunately, 1 in 4 drug users are women, indicating the rising trend in female involvement in substance abuse. Grace Wilson Eze tells us more.
Drugs are chemical substances that can change how your body and mind work. They include prescription, medicines over the counter, alcohol, tobacco, and illegal drugs. Meanwhile, drug abuse, also known as substance abuse, refers to the misuse of substance.
Codeine, that is commonly used in treatment of cough, is one of the common drug of addictions now that some patients in the hospital are admitted for. There are others that are addicted to pentazocine injections that are used in injecting for pains, especially mainly used by the surgeons during the operation.
Some people just go into this drug abuse without even knowing that they are addicted already because of the poor information. So they need to be sensitized about this and also curb the channels where they can get these addictive drugs.
The effect of drug abuse can be profound and far-reaching, impacting negatively on individuals, families, and communities in various ways, leading to health consequences, social and relationship problems, economic burdens, increased crime rate, and social instability.
Drug abuse would harm your health. It to harm your family. You know, most families are broken down because of this drug abuse. It's addictive, so I would urge young Nigerian youth to please avoid being addicted to drugs.
The rate of dropouts among students are high. If you go into a drug board admission now, you find out that majority of the people that are there are males. And most of them that started smoking from primary school did not complete secondary school.
Curbing the ugly menace of drug abuse therefore requires concerted efforts by relevant stakeholders to ensure that society will be a better place for all. In Enugu, Grace Wilson is a NTA News.
Drug crisis in Enugu State, a look at possible recovery path is the big issue of the moment. Joining me to provide critical insight on this complex problem with far-reaching consequences is the Deputy State Commander, Rehabilitation and Counseling, NDLE Enugu State Command, Mr. Ogunwa Ibezim. Good to see you on Panorama, sir.
Very big pleasure to be here.
All right. Let's begin with the current situation of drug abuse in Enugu State. How to describe the situation?
The situation is bad enough. And if you look at the states of kidnap, rising crime rates in the state, despite the activities of the governor, youth restiveness is still on the increase. Unfortunately, like I always say, there is no crime without the influence of drugs. And a lot of youth now, maybe frustration or bad peer pressure, have decided to be going more and more into drug use. Every day rehab is being, they are calling us on this, we have a lot of spillovers of people, a crowd.
Okay, now what preventions and treatment programs are currently in place in Enugu State?
Well, we are doing the much we can. We have a small rehab center that we give a comprehensive package. We have psychiatric doctors, we have psychologists, even preachers, and drugs that they give to them to flush out this drug in their system. And we keep them for a minimum period of 3 months. And that when we see that they're okay, we release them and do aftercare and follow up.
Okay, talk to us about the primary factors contributing to drug in Enugu State.
Like I always say, peer pressure, bad peer pressure groups. Unfortunately, unemployment. Unfortunately, too, the desire for these young men to get rich quick. And by the time they receive disappointment, they gather in groups and start experimenting with dangerous drugs.
All right, what innovative approaches or strategies could be implemented to tackle drug abuse more effectively in Enugu State?
Yes, we cannot do it alone. And we are calling on relevant stakeholders, because if we have to blow our own trumpet, we have convicted since 2020, within this year, we have convicted over 770-something suspects, and about 70-something cases are pending. But conviction is not a result. And some of the problems too we have, by the time instead of giving serious convictions to these drug barons, they get maybe 6 months, 1 year, and little fines of about 100,000, 50,000. So before you know it, they are back to the streets. So we keep monitoring them, and by the time we get them, we arrest them again and put them back there. But the arrest is not a primary concern. We want to try as much as possible to withdraw this drug from the system and let people know that they don't have to take drugs. We are creating a lot of awareness.
All right, what specific role can the government and communities play in addressing the drug problem in Enugu State?
I want to say this, that the government is trying, because NDLA in Enugu State is not the only problem. We have been appealing to him, because most of these drugs, Enugu has a lot of gateways, Ebonyi, the ones that are coming through Lagos, the ones that are coming through Cross River and all that. So we need vehicles, logistics to penetrate those interior areas. So the government will, and we need government. We have appealed to him to extend and expand our rehabilitation center. It's a very small one that takes care of about 25 people. And we don't want a situation where it will be too crowded. So he has promised to extend our rehabilitation to at least 50 persons.
All right, let's leave it there. Mr. Ogunwa Ibezim, Deputy State Commander, NDLE, Enugu State Command. Thank you for the insight on Panorama.
Thank you for having me.
All right, moving on now. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, has advised candidates for the promotion examination to Army Warrant Officer to comport and conduct themselves through the 2 weeks exercise with optional mindset. He was speaking at the opening ceremony for the promotion exercise at the Federal Road Safety Academy, Enugu State. Okechukwu Agbamas report is presented.
Army staff represented by the General Officer Commanding 82 Division, Nigerian Army, Major General Oluyemi Olatoye, said the Master Warrant Officer is a senior non-commissioned officer rank in the military, set up to lead and mentor junior personnel, providing guidance, training and development opportunities to help them grow professionally. He added that some of their primary responsibilities include ensuring the smooth execution of military operations, managing resources, and maintaining equipment.
Candidates will undergo a comprehensive and rigorous selection process for the next 2 weeks in this academy. This will test your various abilities, technical skills, and the experience you have acquired over the years in the face of the evolving security challenges of modern welfare.
The Chief Personnel Management, Army Headquarters, Major General Adewale Adekoye, noted that the Master's Warrant Officers provide expert advice to senior officers on matters related to their area of expertise.
I urge you to approach this exercise with confidence, with the integrity you have been known for, and to demonstrate a very high standard of discipline.
The 610 candidates were drawn from the 36 states of the Federation.
The federal government has intensified the inspection of ongoing road projects across the country, a move aimed at ensuring quality delivery, accountability, and timely completion of critical infrastructure. Joy Ilegbu reports that the Federal Ministry of Works, during its latest inspection tour in Anambra State, visited several key projects and link roads currently under construction and rehabilitation.
The exercise is part of government's renewed commitment to reviving Nigeria's road network and improving connectivity between states, cities, and rural communities. The inspection covered major road projects under rehabilitation, like the Mbauku-Umuawulu-Nibo Road, and reconstruction of the Amobia-Ekulobia-Uga Road, which connects the state to Imo State, spanning 4 kilometers.
The contractor has done very well here. Stone base, drain work, earthworks, etc.
The road was bad before. It is not motorable, but now it's okay.
Initially it was 1 lane, but now doing double lane. The villagers are happy that this type of thing is happening within us.
Another strategic project visited is the 30-kilometer Otuocha Ibaji Nzam Inoma Road under rehabilitation, designed to link Anambra to Kogi State.
Okay, phase number 1 is only to construct 3 bridges. Phase number 2 will be 2 bridges plus the road.
On the project being handled by MTN RCC on the Enugu-Onitsha Expressway, the contract, which started at kilometer 20 to 52, terminating at Amansi, the boundary with Enugu State, the contractor is expected to maintain quality standards and adhere strictly to the project timeline.
The road is very beautiful. I'm very happy about it.
I pray that they should continue to give the money to the contractors so that they can finish this road.
The ongoing projects underscore President Tinubu's vision of Nigeria, where modern infrastructure drives progress, unity and national prosperity, reflecting the renewed hope agenda in action. In Oka, Joy Iluebu, NTA News.
Let's now join Olumide Eguntola for stories from the sporting world.
An NBA player and coach are among dozens of people arrested as part of a sweeping FBI investigation into illegal sports betting and allegedly rigged mafia-linked poker games. Miami Heat player Terry Rozier and Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups were named by federal prosecutors in two separate indictments. In football, Nigeria's Flamingos will Saturday attempt to qualify for the knockout stage of the ongoing Under-17 World Cup on a date with Samoa in the team's third group game. A massive win for the Benga Olowo Okere-Tuchot side will see the team through to the next round if results from other opponents that are third best teams are favorable. The Flamingos are currently ranked 6th in the standings of the third best team with no points and a -4 goals difference. And from the camp of the Super Falcons in Lome, Togo, the Justin Madugu Tutor side is set to take on their host, the female national team of Benin Republic, in our 2026 Nations Cup qualifier Friday evening. The Nigerian side promised to snatch the maximum 3 points at stake. In the Nigeria Football Premier League, actions continued this weekend across various stadia in the Federation. Second place Shooting Stars of Ibadan will hope to extend its unbeaten runs with an away date against Wike Tourists of Bauchi on Sunday. Rangers will entertain Kwara United, while Abia Warriors will host Barao Football Club, among other matches. In the English Premier League, it will be Chelsea against Sunderland, Manchester United vs Brighton, while Brentford hosts Liverpool. In tennis, Elena Rybakina clinched the 8th and last spot at next month's WTA Finals when she defeated Victoria Mboko 6-3, 7-6, 7-4 to reach the Pan Pacific semi-finals in Tokyo. The WTA finalist and 2022 Wimbledon champion joins the elite field in Saudi Arabia after a successful run of form that also saw her win the Ningbo Open in China last week. With Sports Update, Olumide Eguntola, NT News.
That's it on Panorama today. We thank you for being part of it. Good afternoon.